Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Let's have some fun with makeup today. Okay, so for today's video, we are going to be doing a full face, or mostly a full face, of Miss Juvia's Place hair. Now, y'all know I absolutely love Juvia's Place. I love their products. They are amazing, extremely pigmented. So let's get started. All right, so as always, we're going to start off with the eyes. So we're going to go in with the Warrior by Juvia, this one right here. We're going to go into the shade Cano, which is this one right there. And we're just going to, like always, put that right on our crease, and we're going to bring it up. Now, I am recording on TikTok because I've noticed when I record on my normal, when I use my phone, just normal camera, and then I upload it on YouTube, the lighting is completely off. It's like too bright. Like, it looks good on my phone, but as soon as I upload it on YouTube, it looks weird. I don't know, it's like it adds its own filter or something to it, and it's just weird. So I'm filming on TikTok just because I like the way that it shows the picture better. So I'll probably be doing that for a little bit until I can get a better camera. So anyway, let's get started. All right, so now we're gonna move on. We're gonna go into the Warrior 2 by Juvia's Place right here, and we're gonna dip into Jamada, that dark maroon shade right there. And we're gonna stick that right inside the crease. Let me use a different brush. Okay. I have my mirror down here, guys, so that's why I keep looking down. Okay, so I'm gonna take that shade and kind of just buff it out some. All right, that looks good. And now for the lid, I'm going to go into Daura, this one right there. Now, if you guys, as you can see, I did not turn my vanity around so that the wall would be in the background. I didn't feel like doing that. So you might see my son, husband, stepdaughter, you might see them all come in and out. It's all right, you know, it is what it is. Anyway, so let's go with Dara, and we're gonna go ahead and place her. Do we want to do a matte lid? I think I do. I don't want any shimmers today, so I'm just gonna place that all over the lid. That looks so cute. All right, so now for our lighter shade, we're gonna go back into the Warrior palette, and we're gonna dip into a Hosi. I hope I'm saying that right. This shade right there. We're gonna put that on our brow. All right, we're gonna go back into the shade that we used for our, the original shade for our crease. What is it? Cano. And I'm just gonna build it up here. And that's it for the eye look. I'm gonna do the other eye off camera, and I'll be right back. So let's move on. Eyes are done. I did add a little bit of eyeliner, and I used the NYX eyeliner in the shade Espresso for that, or Espresso, however you want to say it. Anyway, so let's move on to foundation. So I'm using the Juvia's Place I Am Magic Velvet Foundation, and I'm going to be using the shades Tangier and Ibiza. So these two right here. Now, they don't actually have my shade, so I do have to mix these two to try and get my shade. I notice that Juvia's Place tends to run a little bit more warm, and I have more pinkish undertones, so I'm like in the cool zone. Anyway, so let's go ahead and mix these two together, and then we'll slap it on my face. Okay, so I want to show you guys the difference here, if you can see. So this is just mixing the two together. As you can see, it's still a little too orange for me. So what I did, if you all saw my pink video where I added blush and that white foundation to make my pink foundation. So that's what I did. I added a little bit of pink blush, and that's what I got. So I'm gonna definitely go with this because this seems more obviously my skin tone. So that's what we're gonna do. Yeah, looks good. Now, like I said, y'all, she is full coverage. Like, I mean, look at that. Crazy, crazy. Full coverage. And I love it. I love it. All right, y'all, so the base is done, foundation is good. So we're gonna move on to bronzer and contour. So I have two different bronzers by Juvia's Place, Sunkissed and Caramel. Now I feel Caramel is definitely more of a bronzer, and Sunkissed is a little bit more, has a cooler undertone. So I'm gonna use that as a contour, and I'll use Caramel as a bronzer. So for Sunkissed, I'm going to go just right on there. And we're just gonna take that just right here. Y'all see how it's definitely like that cooler tone? So I feel like this is definitely more of a contour shade. At least for me, it's definitely more of a contour shade than it would be a bronzer. All right, that looks good. So now we're gonna go into the shade Caramel, and for that, I'm just gonna use the same brush. I'll clean it off. But for that, I'm just gonna use that on my forehead for the bronzer. You see how that has more of a reddish tone to it? I'm not putting on a bunch, but it definitely has a more reddish tone. There you go, you can kind of see it there. Now for that for me would definitely be more of a bronzer than a contour. Looks good. All right, so let's move on to blushing. Now I'm gonna go into two different blushes. I'm gonna go in with the Juvia's Place cream blush in this shade Charming Coral, which is this one right here. But I'm also gonna be using one of their liquid, you good? That was the cat. All right, so let's go in with the cream blush right here. Right there.
I still had a little bit of coffee.
Okay, sweetie. Just like that. It is a very soft, neutral blush, and I love it. It's so, so pretty. Now I'm going to go in with Soft Tulip, and we're just going to just add that on top to give it a little bit more pop of color. I could build that one up, but I just kind of wanted to use both of these. So we're just going to add that right there. And these are extremely pigmented, so you don't need a lot.
Why is this breaking?
You see how that is? It's soft, it's not too crazy. But I want crazy, so let's add just a little bit more of the soft tulip right here. There we go. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Still not super, super, super like intense pigmentation, but, or color, not pigmentation, because the pigmentation is there. But it's not like in your face color. It's still a very soft color. So pretty. All right, I'm gonna do the other side off camera. I'll be right back. All right, so let's move on to concealer, and I have two different ones. I like a brighter one for right here, and then one that's more of my skin tone to go here. So I have the shades 17 and 19. So 19 is gonna be the brighter one. So that one will go right in here. Just like that.
Mom, all you do is room prevention.
And then 17 is going to go right over here. Just like that. Now for my face, I'm just gonna take 17, put that right there, and right there. All right, and let this dry down just a little bit and then blend them out. All right, as y'all can see, I'm looking very pale. I went ahead and set my face. Now for the under eyes, as always, I use the Essence Brighten Up because I love a bright under eye. But I also use a loose powder, and for that I use the Juvia's Place in the shade Cotton Candy. Love this stuff. It is absolutely amazing. So recommend 100%. Recommend everything so far, 100%. So let's move on. Let's add some color back into my face. So we're gonna go in with the Juvia's bronze, this thing, and I'm the shade Tan. Now I like to use the lighter shade on top, and I like to use that just on my forehead. That's where I like to put that one, on the forehead here. There we go, that's looking good. And I also like to use it on the jawline. Put that down just a little. Right there. Now the bottom shade, the darker one, that's the one I like to use right on my cheeks. Just like that. Looking so cute, so pretty. Just a little bit here. All right, that is looking good. Let's move on to blush. So for blush, I'm going to be taking the powder blush in the volume 2. And I'm gonna go in with the top shade right there. And it is so pretty, and it matches the liquid blushes. The cream blush and the liquid blush that I used earlier. It matches them very, very, very well. To use that. Always add some blush under my chin. Right there. Now let's contour the nose real quick. And I usually use the Rimmel in the shade 22, the Rimmel bronzer thing. But today, let's go in. Let's stick with the Juvia's Place and let's stick with that top shade there. Since it is the lighter shade, I'm gonna look at the mirror that's behind the camera so I can see what I'm doing. And this is a little bit darker than the Rimmel one that I use, so that's okay. Doesn't look bad. Oh, I like that. Maybe I should start using this more often. That's nice. I'll fix my brows at the end, but now I like to take it and kind of just put it around my nose too. That looks cute. I'm gonna go fix my brows off camera. I'm gonna add some mascara. I'll be right back and we'll finish lips. All right, so mascara is on. I went ahead and took off the foundation that I had around my lips off, obviously. So let's go in with a lip liner. We're gonna go into the Juvia's Place Luxe Liner, and this is in the shade Sweet Nothing. That's this one right here. So let's do that real quick. So now we're gonna go into the shade Muted with the Juvia's Place lipsticks here. So that is it. That is pretty much a full face using only Juvia's Place, and all I can say is I absolutely love this brand. It is amazing, definitely extremely oily face approved. Okay, I have worn the foundation full day wear and it was amazing, stayed intact, didn't budge, great. Eyeshadows amazing, blushes, bronzers, everything. Absolutely everything from this brand is amazing. 100% recommend. But what y'all think? Looks good, right?
I like it.
Anyways, my son approves. So that's it. That's it for today's video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow me for more, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye, y'all.